Have the Bitcoin in the background. Wait, what's going on, everyone? Thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry. I know that there was a Hawks live right now. I'm live. I usually don't stream today. I'm usually I don't stream on this day, so it's unusual for me to do that. So Hawk kind of streams more often than I do. So um, oh, Hawk rated me. Okay, man. You didn't have to you didn't end your stream, did you? I hope you didn't do that. Like the intronet is big enough for all of us to share. I ended my stream read. Oh, you didn't have to do that, man. We could have shared this space. It's okay. There's plenty of room to share. Um, all right. There's a decent amount of people here, so I'm just gonna make this announcement. Um, I am I know that I stepped away even further with content creation for one video a week. And while it helped me out a little bit, I need to take another step back even further. There was a few people that I talked to, that I talked to about that are in the community that I talk to regularly, and they advised me not to give up YouTube, even though that's kind of what I felt like doing. So I'll continue doing live streams, like Tuesday with Hawk that I do in the Saturday nights. And then I decided I'm going to start a stream today, which is, I started off with Satoshi Sunday, but I had Chump Change redesign. He made me a thumbnail, which is like sick. So stay tuned for that next week. So I'm just gonna be live streaming from now on, like podcasts essentially. It's gonna be a little easier on me for like my schedule, instead of making content and any videos and all that stuff. I'm just really busy, and I have my kids are getting older. They're 11 and 13, and I need to spend more time with them. So they're becoming young men and they need direction. So I'm going to start spending more time with my family. But I am going to keep doing live streams. So this is going to be my new live stream. It's about Bitcoin mining and stacking Satoshis. That's all it's about. It's not about GPU mining. It's not about AI. It's not about anything else. We talk about Bitcoin mining here. All right. That's all we're going to talk about. All right. It's just straight Bitcoin mining. And that could be a variety of things of like different Bitcoin miners or solo miners or equipment, firmware, maybe some repairs or people, trouble they're having with some of their machines. Maybe I have some experience, but not a lot. So, Max, we don't talk about that here. This is Bitcoin mining only. All right. Bitcoin mining only, Max. So the first thing I kind of want to talk about is going to be parts. I have a decent amount of spare parts for my small, I wouldn't even call it a farm compared to some of these other guys that Bitcoin mine, right? These guys have like hundreds of thousands of machines. And I would call mine like a little flower pot of my miners, right? Is that I have spare parts. So I kind of want to take like a record of like how much parts cost right now, because I know Crypto Craig has really been in the space for a really long time, and Crypto Craig is really like into Bitcoin mining. And I think you would agree with me in this, that I feel like the spare parts are going to cost like 4 times as much in the bull run. So it is something to consider when you are getting into ASIC mining. And I kind of just want to show you guys kind of my thoughts here. So we're over here at Bitmain's website, and we're in the accessory section, which is down here, right here. Okay, and this will take you to this page here. And for all you guys that have S19Ks, S19J Pros, whatever, L7s, whatever you guys mine with, right? Whatever you guys are mining with, okay, you need to come over here and start looking at some of these prices for your control boards and or fans and anything else you guys might need, power supplies. This is a really key move, right? Because in the bull run, number one, this is going to be really hard to come by, because guess what? when the machines are going down in the bull run, people are going to be buying parts. Okay. And the demand is going to increase. Wow, really? Okay, this has definitely gone up 212 bucks for an S19J Pro power supply, a 12 15 F. Really? That is insane. That is so much money. It's I mean 212 to 229. I'll have to ask Hawk how much I pay because we got ours from directly from the supplier. So I don't know what the supplier costs are. I'm sure Hawk can comment down below what the supplier prices are for those that maybe he can pull up my invoice and he can kind of give an idea of what those actually cost. I don't know if there's premiums or whatever, but yeah, you guys are going to want to get spare parts, right? Because look, it's inevitable, right? Our miners are going to fail, right? And it's a matter of do we have spare parts on hand for our mining fleet, right? Now, some of you may only have one or two, and you may be willing to, roll the dice if you guys are not willing to buy hardware here. But I have a feeling that these control boards for 60 bucks are not going to be $60 anymore, right? They're going to be way, way more. Whoa, oh man, look at that. The E9 control board, whew, 150 bucks. Um, it's cheaper, but I would have to check. Shipping is expensive. Yes. Yeah, shipping is expensive, which sucks. Um, Craig is kind of my go-to guy for a lot of stuff. He's really, really knowledgeable when it comes to Bitcoin mining, and I run a lot of questions by him a lot of the time. But this is just something that I did as a precaution, right? I have like total like 26 ASICs, and I was just like, I don't even think I have enough spare parts, right? I have two control boards, two power supplies, two sets of fans, and that's all I got, right? I'm considering buying another two full sets of everything to have four, right? Because that's like, yeah, not cool. It's not even 25%. You know what I mean? It's like not even 20%. Um, in case there is any kind of failures. Um, cool Rip says the Ant Miner SNT yes. So a lot of these PSUs are actually interswappable. So the letter doesn't really matter as much, right? Like if you have a so you see this is like a 12, 17, 12, 14, 17B. You need to make sure that those numbers match up. If it's a 12, 14, 17C, that's not going to matter, right? You want to make sure that these numbers here match up, at least from what everybody's told me, right? I've talked to a few different techs, but these numbers need to match up. The letters don't matter as much. So power supplies are interchangeable, yes. Oh, yeah, I'm not trying to sell you parts. Like, I don't care where you buy your parts from. You could buy them from whoever you want. I'm just trying to educate you that you may want to have extra. Oh, here we go. Here he is. There he is. Crypto Craig, man. One of the, if you ever want to come on the show, Craig, I would really appreciate it, man, because you have a lot of knowledge when it comes to Bitcoin mining. Um, but here's the thing is parts are going to become more expensive. The lead times for parts will become longer, right? Which means your ASICs are going down longer and the price is going to go up, right? So that's just inevitable. These parts will cost more, just like the ASICs will cost more. Everything will cost more. So you kind of have to think to yourself, do I want to only pay let's just look at this control board for the S19J. Do I only want to pay and this is probably wrong because there's like shipping and other crap there. That's just too cheap. But let's just say it's 60 bucks, right? 60 bucks. Do I want to pay 60 bucks now or do I want to pay like 150 bucks during the bull run, right? And you know what I mean? Shipping times could be longer. And Craig, thank you, Mr. Crypto Craig, for the crypto or for the Starbucks or stocks fund. Oh, it's definitely stocks, my friend, because I have just a glass of water with me tonight. No more Starbucks. I drink that when I'm on the road just because I'm picky about my coffee. The next time I'm out, though, I'm going to be drinking regular black coffee. That's my goal. to move that. Um, but yeah, so I just want to put it out there. I think that people should maybe consider getting spare parts. If you have 5 ASICs, you should have one full set of parts. You should have, and this is just me when it comes to ASIC mining. I'm gonna try to buy the same machine across the board, right? Because you don't want to have 5 different machines because that's just that many more parts that I have to worry about, right? I have all S19K110s. Okay. I just buy parts for that one unit and that's it. Right. So that's just kind of my mind frame that I have about it. And everybody has obviously their own strategies, but I think this strategy reduces like how many different parts you have to buy. Who says that Kansas hotel coffee was ass? Yeah, it probably was. It probably was. It probably was. Oh man. Um, well, because here's the thing is during the bull run though, is you're gonna want to limit your downtime. When you're making good money, you don't want to be down, right? You want that thing on and mining. If I have to wait 3 weeks or 2 weeks or a month for a freaking control board, all right, you just one, you had to pay that much more money, and you had to wait for it to get there, and you lost out on all that mining profits, right? So it's just kind of my thing, and maybe some people might agree with me or not. The next thing that I was going to look at is I feel like Bitmain is trying to get everybody to buy their PDUs. Okay. They have this new PDU here with their fancy plugs on there for the new. I don't even know what's this plug called again? It's the what's the name of this new plug they have? I can't. Craig, you could tell me in the chat what the name of the new plug is. I don't even know what it is. Um, but their new plug for the S21s and stuff like that. This PDU is what they made for it, and I feel like they're just trying to pigeonhole people into buying that thing, and I hate it. Um, Interesting though about this PDU though is it's kind of like a Minotaur, right? So what's nice about it, there is some nice things about it though. One is you can do it at 480, right? Input voltage can be between 346 and 480 three-phase, right? And then the output voltage is going to be between 200 and 277, right? So that's actually really good. So um and this is kind of how the minotaurs work, right? Three-phase goes in and then it kicks out single phase, right? So you're able to get a lot of wattage in such a small area. So this PDU comes with 12 plugs. So that would be if you ran 4,000. So yeah, it'd be like 50,000 watts if you ran like 4,000 watts. I feel like because of this 83,000 kW rating, that's how many watts this can handle. I feel like ASICs are only going to get more powerful. That's just my hint. That's like my tinfoil cap going on here is if we're using 4,000 watts and there's only 12 plugs on here, right? There's 12 of these weird ports on here, right? That's only 48,000. You're only using a little over half of this output rating, which tells me that they're leaving room more to grow, which means that miners will consume more power. So I wonder if eventually, and this is another tinfoil hat, that ASIC mining will move away from the traditional like single phase 30 amp to 40-volt outlet, right? Like it won't be enough to be able to sustain that. All three are bust, you guys. Oh man. Buy more ASIC. Is this the mining king? No, no, I am not buying any more ASICs. Aussie J. I am. I am not buying any more ASICs. I'm into other traditional financing right now. I'm exactly where I want my farm to be right now for my test, and where I think I have enough risk tolerance to be able to yield. Um, yes, cool rib. The input is 480 and the output is 200 to 277. Yes, that is correct. Um, Another interesting thing though is I tested, and I don't care about this price. I just wanted to find the joules to terahash. Is I tested an S19, right? Not S19J Pro, not anything special. A regular S19, 86 terahash. Um, and this is off. It's more like 37 with heat. It's like 37. It's the regular S19s are not very efficient. They're bad, right? I was getting like 37 watts to terahash in brains, and I did a test on one of these, and um, I got it down to 27 watts a terahash. Okay, it's about 4 more watts a terahash than an S19K, but used S19J 104s are going for around like 500 or 600 bucks. So if you can get these 86s for say 200 bucks, and then you could wait and then put brains on them, because let's go to mine the ASIC here. I just want to throw this out there. If you can get these things cheap enough, it will work out, right? I was kind of doing this kind of little project here. Why isn't the calculator going here? Oh, it's because wasn't clicking on it. All right. Whatever. Well, let's leave it at 10 cents, even though that's kind of not that great of a price for ASIC mining. We'll leave it at 10. That's fine. Right. I was at 58 terahash for 1650 watts. And we'll put the unit as, we'll say 250 bucks. Okay. We're negative, right? We losing money, son, right now. Okay. All right. We're losing money right now, but Bitcoin going to, we'll say 115,000. Okay. Oh, Bitcoin hits that 100K mark. Okay. Now, oh, what? We're 26% profitable. Not bad. Not bad. All right. Okay. And a lot of people suspect that Bitcoin's going to go way over 115, right? Let's say it goes to 100. Let's say it stays at 125,000. It's not even possible because Bitcoin's just going to go up. But let's just say it stayed at 125 for 6 months, right? You're making $2 a day. You're making 55 bucks a month. It would take you 5 months to pay back the 250 bucks. Okay. And then anything after that is gravy. And these machines, people are just getting rid of them, right? And I'm going to say that most, hosting's anywhere from 9.5 cents to 7.5 cents. That's kind of where we are right now in the US, is like 7.5 to like 9.5, which is where we're at. Um, well, I'm trying to give people an alternative to getting into Bitcoin mining, and to that doesn't break the bank. Okay. Not that many people. I mean, a lot of people do have that money, but $4,000 to $6,000, depending upon the price of Bitcoin and all this other crap. If you buy an S9 or an S21, that's a lot of money to somebody. Okay, that's like the price of a used car. Okay, that's a lot to get into. If you've never done Bitcoin mining and you're shelling out like 5 grand for something that you've never done before, you don't know if it's going to work. You're not sure if you're going to make money back in it. That's a huge risk for a lot of people, and okay, let's do Panda's rate. What if Panda bought this? What if he bought this at seven? Let's say he was going to be at what, 7.5 cents US. Okay, Bitcoin mining is all about cheap power. You could see that. Look, it went from like 30% to like 50%. Okay, and this is with brains. All right. If Bitcoin was at here, we'll even lower it down. We'll just put it at see what happens when we put it at 85,000. He's still making 25% profit. Bitcoin hits 100, the 115 mark, which I think it'll do by the end of the year, in my opinion. He's going to be making 240 a day off each one, $70 a month, taking like 3.5 months to pay these things back. And then after everything of that is just gravy. You know what I mean? Um, the only thing is, though, is if you bought some of these older S19s, you will have to liquidate them this bull run because they will be totally obsolete after that, in my opinion. But this is a way you could do it. You could buy them now when they're cheap because nobody wants them, right? Nobody wants to buy them. And then you could wait. You're gonna have to sit on them for a couple of months, right? Because they're gonna be unprofitable. Wait for them to become profitable, put brains on them, and then they now you have a profitable ASIC and you only spent a couple $100. Um, Craig says, I forgot to post the S21 has the P13 Anderson and the T21 has the P33 plug, Bitmain being Bitmain. Um, I'm gonna disagree with you. I mean, yeah, a little bit it is. If you want to make lots of money, yes, you need to have multi machines. My little flower pot of 26 machines is nothing. Now, it's just I'm trying to grow it into something more, but we'll see if it works. Did I hear my name? I'm in the look at that OnlyFans. He's in the shower, people. Get your RPM bath water, nice and hot. But see, if Panda bought this at his rates and Bitcoin went to here, look, the payback is 107 days. And you could pick these up for like $200, right? Don't look at what this website's charging because these dudes are freaking retarded. But you could find these used for like $200-300, no problem, right? Because nobody wants them. Everyone's throwing them away because they're not efficient. But you put brains on them, you increase the efficiency by 30%. By 30%, you increase the efficiency. So that's something. This is another little topic I wanted to talk about tonight. Was you don't need a lot of money to get into Bitcoin mining, but you do need to be smart about it, right? Um, So obviously, if you bought these machines, you would have to wait for the Bitcoin to go up, but they would actually make you money at 10 cents. Crypto Craig says this: the 95 terahash is doing decently at 1500 watts. Craig, what's the hash rate and the wattage? You said 1500 watts. What's the hash rate on your 95s right now? I'm assuming that they're probably around 60 ish, like 62 and a half or something like that, right? You see what he says. Um, 1500. See what Craig says here. What's the hash rate on the 95s, Craig? Okay, we'll put it at 62. Okay, if Panda put brains on there, he's at 7.5 cents. Bitcoin's at 115K. He's making 53% profit on the electricity. He's making $3 a day. Payback is 84 days. Okay, but like I said, you have to buy these now when they're cheap, and then you're going to have to sit on them. You're going to just have to wait for the price appreciation. But let's say you have like 2 grand. I mean, you could wing, maybe you could buy 10 of these. Okay, let's times this by 10 and see what happens. So let's just say 15,000 ish watts, right? Because some of them go up and down because of Silicon Lottery. So let's just call it 16,500 watts for 10 units. And then you're at 620 terahash. So you are roughly, and then you're, we'll just say you paid $2,000. Okay. Payback 74 days. Okay. That's like 2 months and 2 weeks. you're making $27.50 a day. You're making $800 a month, right? But that's if Bitcoin stays at this price. Obviously, it's going to go up and then it's going to come back down. But I'm just saying for theoretical numbers. So you could definitely have these things paid off in the bull run, and you could be making a passive income of $800, right? And that's just only if it stays here. Let's say it went up to like 100, 165,000. Okay, you're making like $1,500 a month. All right. So off machines that are like way old, right? So just it all just depend. So the other key thing though here is when you do use brains, one, you're lowering the wattage, right? Which the wattage is going to overall lower your heat, that you're dissipating, right? So you don't need as much cooling, right? Which means that your fans on your ASICs aren't going to need to work as hard because there's not as much heat to dissipate, right? There's several advantages to going efficient like this, right? You just really have to think about this. And look, if Bitcoin hit 165K, he would have it paid off in 1 month. Like 39 days. You know what I mean? But this idea I have of another idea I might try, and this is one of them, is something that you're going to have to buy it, and then you're going to have to sit on it, right? And it's going to depend obviously on your electric price, right? Because if you get these units, they are unprofitable right now. So you're going to have to wait for price appreciation, and it definitely depends on what you pay for electricity, right? Um, Yep, you could do that too. Nope. Buy it for 250 now, put them in storage, wait till everyone's greedy, sell them for 1,500 each, then throw it all in Nvidia stock. Wait for there. Yeah, you can do that. I mean, personally, you're already buying them used, goat. So you might as well just mine on them. Mine on them, and if they break down, fix them. They're cheap to fix, right? Mine on them, and then keep all the Bitcoin, sell everything at the top, sell all the miners, sell all the Bitcoin, blah blah blah, make as much as you can, and then rinse and repeat would be my thing. Um, Not at my power rate, mining king. When Panda hosting? Oh man, Panda. So, all right, that's just one last thing, and then the um we're gonna do one more section, and then I'm gonna get into an AMA part of the stream here. Is we're gonna be talking about these little lottery tickets that you guys all love so much that I see everybody lining up to buy. And we're gonna start off with the original one, which everybody kind of knows about this. And this is from Bitcoin merch from Adon. This is the Mars Lander V2. It's 500 gigahash for $600. Really expensive. It is cool because it has a nice case and a screen, and it has all this stuff for you to see everything and stuff like that. And it's only 17 watts though, right? Which is crazy. Super low wattage. Um, does it say what the watt per terahash is on this thing here, or no? I wonder here. Does it say what the watts per terahash is on here? Let's say it's, yeah. I'm gonna have to do the calculation on that. Go, I'll host for free. This is the A1 double speed. They have this first one here that's 250 gigahash for 500. This one's like supposed to be double fast. I don't know. It's probably just a better chip, like an S19K or something in there instead of a regular S19 chip. But this seems really expensive to me to get into solo mining, right? Then Bitcoin Merch came out with this, which I have one. He gave it to me for review, and I did a review on it. This is the Bitcoin Merch BitAxe 1366, and it's 425 gigahash. Um, and it's only at 11 watts of power. It's super low, right? It's insane how low power it is. So it is really low wattage, right? And then you have the next craze, which is like sold out everywhere, which is these nano free things that everybody loves, right? Which is 4 terahash for 140 watts. Um, I feel like these are less efficient than Edons, though, right? Because let's say it's half a gigahash for 11 watts. Okay, if it's 11 watts for half a terahash, right? That means that if you times it by 8, that would only be like maybe 90 watts, right? If you build something with the same efficiency across the board, right? Now, I don't know if you could do that at scale. I'm assuming he could, but this right here is using twice as much power as what Adon's is using, right? It just has more hash rate. It has 4 terahashes. I'm assuming this is some kind of S9 or something, or maybe an S19 chip in here somewhere, or a couple chips. I know people really like these because they have the little green on here. You got the nice little box and looks all pretty and looks great. But we're going to go over here to the solo chances, and I just want to put in the calculations for these guys here. So let's start with the new guy on the block, which is 4 terahash. And we're going to hit calculate. Okay. Your chance per day is one. Is that a million? Oh, wait, yeah, because you have 1 in 1,000,000, or yeah, right now, because you have a 1 in 1,012,245, of a chance of winning one block of Bitcoin in a day with that, right? And then Edon's has the 425 gigahashes. Um, and his chance per day is going to be much higher, going to be 9 million. Ooh, man. So your chances of winning a block just increased by 9. And then if you bought the really expensive Mars lander, it's 500 gigahashes, you're down to about 8.3 million. So Craig says, so you're saying there's a chance? Oh, Craig. Oh man. So I mean, that's just showing you like what the chance is for you to win a block. Now, do I think people should buy more than one of these? My personal opinion is going to be no. It's just mine. And I know there's people are buying like 3 or 4 of these things or whatever. To me, this is like I got mine for free, transparently. Am I going to go out and buy one? Nope. I'll probably just ride that thing out till it just dies. Um, I think you only need one of these. This is just like a lottery ticket that gives you, entries into the lottery every day. I don't think you should have like 6, 7, or 8 of these things. To me, that's just a waste of money. It's it's going to marginally increase your odds, but it's not going to increase it that much to make it worth spending to buy 8 of these things for $800. Um, you might be able to pool mine with this Avalon one, but you definitely cannot pool mine with Edon stuff. You have to use the CK pool for solo mining, which is for low hash rate solo mining. Um, yeah, you won't be able to use that. You might be able to pool mine with this, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't own one, so I don't know. So that's kind of my thought on it, Max. So Max says, think of it this way: you get a lottery ticket every 10 minutes. A lottery ticket is, we'll say, a scratch ticket is a minimum of $1. That's fair. So for 100 chances for 10 minutes, 60 minutes, 16 hours, yeah, and 40 minutes. I would agree with you there, Max. I just it pays itself off in 16 hours and 40 minutes. I mean, it sorta does because it doesn't generate anything in that. You're only gonna generate something if it hits the block. It would only pay itself if you were actually willing to spend that money in lottery tickets regardless. Retro Mike says, my pool works with oh, Retro Mike, do you have a solo mining Bitcoin mining pool? I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Mike, if you have one. Um, if you do, I'll put my BitX on there. I'm on CK Pool right now. I've been on there for since I started the dang thing. I mean, okay, John says that he would rather buy a used S19 and put on low power. I mean, okay, let's just say you get it down to low power mode is usually, we'll say like 2000 watts. 2000 watts is going to run you and this is not like Omni electric calculator. I know that this isn't perfect, but it gives us an idea, right? And I just want to calc. What? I can't think right now for some reason. Okay, so let's just say we're using 2000 watts, and our price is. I want to say the normal household is about 15 cents right now. Some places might be more, and we're going to say for 24 hours. Okay. And then I don't want to know what it costs per year. I want to know what's going to cost you a month. It's going to run you $220 a month in power at 15 cents to run an S19 in low power mode. That's what you're going to pay every month. So you're going to spend $2,400 a year to solo mine. Now, if you're going to do that though, and let's just say we'll just say you got like maybe like 70 terahashes at a low power mode on a regular S19. I don't even know what it is. Let's just say you got that though. Your chances per day would significantly increase. Instead of being in the millions, you would be in the thousands, not even hundreds of thousands. Instead of being in 8 to 9 million or even a million, you'd be down to 59,923. That would be your that would be your chances in one day to win a block. So kind of crazy. So yeah, yeah, Gig. Everyone's been saying that. Tell me there's a chance. Telling me that I can win. Maybe, maybe. And I'm gonna be perfectly honest. That little Nano 3 man, I think it's just gonna be a house fire. That's my 2 cents. Maybe I'm wrong. Panda, I hope your kitchen doesn't burn down. It's only 95C. That's what Panda says. It's only 95C. Freaking guy. Oh my. All right, guys. Well, this is going to be the AMA section. You guys got any questions or just want to ask me stuff? Um, I'll have some new. Um, I'll have some newer material next week that we can go over. Um, and yeah, maybe during the week, during my Terra work, if I come across an ASIC and I'm doing logs, and then it's a Bitcoin miner, I'll save the logs and we can kind of go over it together if it's something that I'm familiar with. King. Oh, Panda, this guy King. If it does, it's your fault. It's not my fault. You bought. Oh, okay. You didn't buy it, but you plugged it in. Okay, it's not my fault. You're using it to. Hey, can you cook it like fried rice with that thing, Panda? All right, I want to see another cooking with RPM show, man. That was great. Get some fried rice on there or something. Um. Oh, he already answered it. Oh, well, thanks, Craig. Yeah, I was trying to make it a little more classy with some more B-roll and music, and I was trying to make the video nicer. And that's all I was trying to do, but I'm not that good at it. Jose Valdez, I'll let Mr. Hawk Crypto Mining answer that question. Hawk, you have a question in chat. Um, Come on, guys. Where's all the Bitcoin? You guys are all asking GPU questions and all this stuff. Like Yusuf, he wants to know how many 4090s can I run on a single 120 volt 20 amp circuit. That kind of depends, right? You need to understand power, and you need to understand like how much power are the 4090s going to be pulling? Like what are you using them for? And what else is on that circuit, right? Is there lights controlled on that circuit, or is it by itself? Like, there's a lot of other factors that go into that use of. You guys better be careful. Look at Retro Mike going to start banning people for non BTC mining questions. BTC mining, guys. That's what we're about today. Oh, I have that. Yes, that is another thing I would like to cover. Um, in next week's stream is the different control boards and firmwares that you can use. Marathon, yes, I have seen them at Altair. I actually believe Iowa Crypto Mining has. I know he gave some of those away, but I believe he held on to one or two of them. I know that he's played around with the Marathon control boards, so I haven't I haven't had an opportunity to do that yet. Um, Crypto Craig asks, "What do you think about the BTC hash rate and wild swings like 800 exahash down to 500 exahash?" I think it's people are starting to have to do more and more curtailment, is what I think it is. I think it's more curtailment, Craig, for them to get the cheap power to keep mining. That is what it is. I think that more people are having to use curtailment to get cheap power. But I mean, when you do curtailment too, as a company, they also pay you to not use power. So you could possibly make more money doing curtailment than mining Bitcoin. That's usually how it works. Um, Mike Stewart, how you doing, Michael Stewart? He asks, King, I really want to get a BTC mining at home with my solar, but the problem is this noise. What is the quietest ASIC miner I could get over? So what you could do is, as I know several YouTubers, I'm not one of them because I'm not a nice neighbor. I don't care if you hear my noise. Okay, all right. If I'm just a bad neighbor, all right. I don't care what you think about my miners in my garage. They're just gonna scream away. I don't have any ASICs on right now in my garage, but I used to. You could actually get the fruition 3D printed kits, and you could put some AC infinity fans, some inline fans on those, and this way you'll be able to have a big boy ASIC, but you'll be able to like silence them. Now AC Infinity also sells a silencer kit for their fans and all that stuff to make it even quieter, right? Just know that all of this stuff, like the fruition kits and the AC Infinity fans and all that stuff, it's just all extra costs that you're going to have to do to keep it quiet. The other solution that you could do is you could actually there's actually at home immersion kits, right? I would say the best one I've seen so far. I know Voscoin has done some stuff with like what is it, a GGX or DCX, and there was another company now, the hobbyists actually did one through fog hashing, and I actually seen fog hashing at Last Mining Disrupt, and I was interested back then about that, but they said that they weren't giving any more units for review. But the hobbyist did a review on the fog hashing unit, and to me, it is the nicest unit, the easiest to set up, and the best for at home. It can they have one that's I think it's either 1, 2, or 6 units. So immersion can also be a great way to be quiet with your ASICs because you're obviously removing the fans, right? So this way, that's another way. But you will have to run your dry cooler like on the outside of your house. But the dry cooler isn't going to be as loud as like 6 screaming ASICs. So I hope that answered your question. Yusuf says I have 7 S9s in a box. You want them, King? I mean, I guess. I mean, I I think I don't know what I would do with the S9s though, Yusufs. I'm not sure what I could use them for. Maybe I can make some like desolder the chips and like make them into solo miners, but that would require more time, which is something I don't have. Um, I don't have any S19s in stock right now, and for no, I don't sell them. Cool Rip 007. I would look at like Dreams Discord or use maybe um some other reputable retailers. You can hit them up. I know some hosting companies are selling used units. You can get them too. Crypto Craig curtailment takes me back to the mining disrupt word of the year. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's unfortunately what people need to do, and that's what a lot of big power companies do is they make you use curtailment to work with them when they need power, um, to give you that low cheap rate that makes your ASICs very profitable. That's it's kind of the trade off. Sometimes you got to make a deal with the devil. Nas City, not at this current moment. We do not allow brains. It is something that we're working on, sir. Not now, but just hold on to that thought for a little while longer. If you say curtailment 3 times and then you turn around, you can actually summon Michael Saylor. Oh man, thanks. That's funny. I'm behind in the chat because I was answering a question. Um, Here we go. Geek of All Trades says a little more research found that those AC fanny fans push air to cool 2 of those S19 machines at the same time. So two for okay. So now it would be interesting, Geek, if they actually made a kit that would allow you to mount 2 S19s together with like having them both next to each other and having one AC feed both of them at the same time. I don't know if they do that or not. That would be cool. Um, and yeah, yep, Craig, that fog hashing, yeah, it's a really cool system, man. I was really looking at it for a long time. Um, cool rip. I don't sell ASIC. I don't sell used ASIC, or at least I'm not selling any of mine. Oh, can I buy it? No, no, yeah, I don't. I don't sell them. Cool rip. I'm sorry, my friend. When King and diet King branded dielectric coolant. I don't know about that. I like immersion, but I mean it's very expensive. It's a huge additional cost to for your mining. I just don't know if it there is some traits with immersion, and maybe we can get into that on next stream. Next Sunday is immersion, but there is some good takes, from immersion. Which one is it's going to reduce your overall maintenance because with air mining you have to blow them out all the time, right? You have to do maintenance when they're sitting in the goop. You ain't got to do that. Okay, but here's a con to that. Sitting in the goop, guess what? When you have to repair it, you have to let the thing drain out and then work on it, and it's not nice. So there's definitely pros and cons to it, and I'm just not sure that the pros outweigh the cons, in my opinion. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot about those guys, Crypto Craig. I don't know what I'm just not thinking today. Yeah, you can hit up Kaboom Racks. They have a lot of used ASICs and they're on Telegram and stuff like that. And they have a lot of deals. Um, I would try to find somebody in Dreams or maybe eBay because you can negotiate with them more and get the price down. You can haggle with them. Kaboom Racks isn't going to haggle with you. It's either you're gonna buy it or you're not going to buy it. It's just gonna how that's going to work. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Dave? Mining disrupt around the corner. It is. It is. I still have to schedule all my flights and stuff for that. I haven't done that yet, but I just got home. So I'll probably do that tomorrow. I need to whip out the company credit card and buy plane tickets. So I'm sure this thing's gonna get an alert. He's gonna feel he's gonna feel a disturbance in the force when I buy my plane tickets. uh, um, Crypto MB. How you doing, man? I don't think I've ever seen you before. How you doing? Yes. If you have SND cables with AM logic, can you get the CV183 boards as spares, or do you have to be the same? Okay, so you can use the other control boards, but what you're going to need to do, because I've already done this before, is on the S19Ks, is or any of the other ASICs, you can switch the control boards, but what you're going to need to do is get the actual firmware recovery. So if you're switching from like some like CVs to AM logic, you're going to have to buy that special USB plug that has a regular USB so you can plug it in the computer to the mini USB so you can plug it into the ASIC, right? And this way you can reflash all the recovery firmware. Now, if you're going from an AM logic to a CV that has a SD card, you're going to have to buy little micro SD cards and do the firmware recovery on there. And that's how I switch control boards. Um, that's how I do it. You can straight up switch them, but I have found that sometimes there's problems. And when you do flash recovery firmware, like you're actually loading the firmware onto the ASIC, before you turn it on, unplug the hash boards. That's just what I've talked to two different techs, and they both told me that. Unplug all three of the hash boards, plug in the ASIC, and load the firmware on, unplug it, plug everything back in, and then turn it on again. They said that that's the best practice with the least amount of like failures and stuff. So that's just what they told me to do. So that's what I do. Um, you know what? I'm not gonna say much. All right. Look, Craig, I'm just gonna grab a tube of thermal paste, like one of those big ones like MX4, all right? And I'm just gonna do like a mic drop, just I think you need that. And then I'm just gonna walk away, slow mo. All right. It'll be funny. Um, let's see what else we got here. Um, so this is gonna be the new stream that I'm gonna be doing every Sunday. So for everybody who kind of came in late because there was only 50 people in the beginning, um, I oh when you do that, I need that on video. Oh man, uh, Hawk's gonna hate me for that. um, the so I'm not making videos anymore. I'll be just doing live streams. I said this earlier in the stream. I'm just gonna be making I'll be making streams. I'll just be a podcaster now. I'm taking more of a step back. Um, it's just something I need to do. I wanted to quit. There was people who talked me in not to quitting. To just maybe keep streaming. So I'm gonna keep streaming Tuesday with Hawk. I'll stream with the Misfits like I always do, um, and then I'll do this stream on Sunday. So um, and that's just going to be my rotation for a little while. Now I'm not it's not forever, but for right now, for me in my personal life and everything like that, I need to take another step back. Um, um, that depends. And we only talk about Bitcoin mining here. I don't talk about other coins. This is Bitcoin mining only. I think it's still worth it to buy ASICs in Bitcoin mining. Um, the problem with that goat is there's some things that like what's the word I want to use? I need to think of a Vistang word, a lawyer word here. Work product that I can't share with other people, right? And on top of that, the other aspect too is look, I'm so damn busy when I'm in Kansas, dude, to sit there, record, show step by step what I'm doing. It just takes me like 10 times longer to do it. Like I just like I work like 12, 14-hour days when I'm out there. It's just the days are already really long and I just don't even have the energy. Like I'm getting really tired of looking at octominers. like uh the octominer sickness. It's um but I mean, yeah, maybe I might throw a short in there or something if it's something really cool and I'm not busy. But right now there's no planned content. So there's not a video for Monday. I don't have anything. Um, I'm just going to be doing this. This will be about just Bitcoin mining, stacking satoshis, Bitcoin wallets and miners and firmwares, and maybe we'll go over some logs and things like that. That's what this is going to be about. Is just teaching people about Bitcoin mining, which is something that I do now. Um, so um, I I have parts, Craig, and like, okay, this is how much work I got out there. Okay, I dragged, okay, I dragged three octominers that are broken because I replaced them with other ones, right? And that I have parts here with me, and I'm going to fully blow them out, disassemble them, reassemble them, and retest all of them. I got like 3 or 4 of them here that I'm going to rebuild and send back out to Kansas because I didn't have time to do it. So I'm going to be doing that. So that'll be fun ish. um, just point the camera at the and voice over at 100K views for sure. Uh, this guy over here. Well, I appreciate your guys' support, man. Like I said, man, I'm appreciative of the community and everybody that's in it. I'm really grateful for everybody I've met and all the friends I've made, and being a part of Terra in my business, and like a lot of stuff happened because of it. Like I'm grateful for it. It's just like right now I'm really really busy, and um, it's just not there for me right now to make content. And my hat goes off to people like Panda and other people who continue to make content, because it is tough and it is a mental drain, and it does take a lot from you. Where it go, bro? Man, you would have to that would have to be heavily edited because I curse like a sailor when I work. uh, it would be so bad. There would just have to be bleeps like every other word. Oh man. Well, it's yeah, I mean, Pan is the one that, like, even though he still has GPUs on the floor. All right, he still has mining rigs on the floor. Got to give him a little troll here, but it's my hats goes off to him because every day he makes a video and it's hard, right? And it's even harder for me because I like to teach you guys something, right? Something new you didn't know before, right? And it's not easy making a video, man. And I just how can I say this? Like when you make a video, like even if you got a couple thousand views, I'll just say this right now. Most people who do this for full-time work, like Panda, um, and Seb, I think Seb does this full time. I think Rabid might do it full time. I'm not sure about Rabid, but these guys heavily rely on sponsors. Like you realize that if you like have like a 2 or 3 thousand view like video, that's like, I don't know, like not even $20. So you tell me if Panda came out with a video every day and he only made $20 a day that he's gonna live? I mean, it's crazy the amount of time that you put into this and money, right? Lighting, cameras, all this stuff. It's a lot to put into this to be a YouTuber. Um, so I always have a lot of respect for Panda. So and must bring Panda hasn't done a tutorial in such a long time. He doesn't like that because people troll him. He doesn't like that. I can't live now. Don't teach any. Uh, I'm gonna say this. Like, okay, like here's an example. I got a lot of requests for networking. I made some networking videos, and those are my worst videos ever. We'll never make one ever again. That's what it is, right? Casper breakout breakout soon. All right, I'm not getting into the Casper talk. I kind of did that in another chat that me and Panda are in. But I appreciate everybody, man. I will catch you guys here next Sunday around the same time. So bring all your Bitcoin mining questions then. I don't hack people, Yusuf. Sorry. All right, you guys. You guys have a great Sunday. Enjoy, your weekend and everything like that. I don't know if anyone else is streaming tonight, but I make a sound stream. I'm not making another stream, Max. The point is to step back, Max, not stream every day of the week and make it about different topics, right? We'll call it Salad Saturdays or something like that. Or on Thursday, we'll call it tossing the salad on Thursday. All right, later, guys. Catch you later.